Hello internet friends, I hope that this last week from January was kind to you, as I hope it will be for me, since I'm filming but it's not the end of January yet. So yeah, I woke up this morning because there was another earthquake, or as we say in Spanish, un temblor. So I was woken up this morning by one of them and I was like, am I hallucinating or what? Anyway, let's do something interesting, like trying out this watercolor pad that I got on my last video. This is a Strathmore watercolor pad and it has 15 sheets, which are 90. There's awfully a lot of noise considering this is not the city. Whatever, okay, 190 grams. So it's a very thin paper that won't take a lot of water, but we're gonna try this and see what is up with that. So since I really don't know what I was going to paint here, I'm just doing some doodles because I want to relax and warm up for actual painting work I have to do. So anyway, I want to show you how that you can see the light from behind the paper. The less light you see in a watercolor paper, the stronger the paper will be. So as you can see, you can see my whole hand. So that means that this paper won't be able to hold much water. But anyway, let's see how it goes. I'm gonna end a few, I don't know, flowers here and there, and we're gonna begin painting like right now. Okay, so here's the setup. I'm going to start by pre-wetting the paper very slightly, like so. La 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 la. At least like the part in which I'm going to focus painting. Okay, so I'm taking, this is a Winsor and Newton's, or I think burnt sienna. Love this color. And I'm going to apply it with the same brush in the whole thing. Yeah, why not? Let's see. I love this color so much. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video and wait for this to dry. Treats. Frodo loves treats so much he actually came running. Chikorita also loves treats. Yes. Hello. Hello, new friend. What's your name? Hey. No. So we're having a little bit of cat disturbance. Okay, I am back and I am using a 26 round Aquafine Dollar Brownie brush, which is quite large, and I'm going to mix a little bit of cyan gouache with a little bit of that burnt sienna. And since this is pretty much from my imagination, I am assuming that the light is coming from the left side. So I'm quickly dabbing some of the shadows. You can see already how wrinkly the paper has gotten, and I think this paper will be an excellent choice if you are painting with very dry gouache. Not so much for watercolors, I think. Anyway, let's continue with a smaller brush. This one is an 8 round aquafine Daler rounding brush. I'm just gonna put some yellow for the lights, just randomly, like so. And I'm going to wait for that to dry. This is not a pro tip for you to dry things faster, but yeah. Okay, so it's not fully dry, and that's what we want. I'm going to add more burnt sienna in the shadows, specifically burnt sienna in the hair, the eyes. Okay, so that's how much water this can take. About 4 layers, because this last layer is lifting up the grain of the paper. So you might not want that, unless you actually want that grain. So about 3 layers, that's what's safe to paint on this paper. And all of a sudden, a freaking earthquake hit the whole place. And this one was quite, big. So I'm gonna check out the magnitude and tell you guys all about it. So I have a feeling that this area of the ceiling keeps breaking up or down. Okay, so I just checked with El Club de los Desvelados, and it was a 5.3 magnitude earthquake. El Club de los Desvelados is a group chat that I started once the very big earthquake happened, because I couldn't sleep, and I know that many other people couldn't sleep as well. So we started chatting on Instagram, and to be honest, it feels like un grupo de apoyo. Okay, so now I'm adding some painterly gouache details in white, just because why not. I'm using Acryla gouache by Holbein. And I feel like I'm done with the sketch because it's getting late anyway. I really like the torso bit. The legs are super awkward. I know I should have used some reference. But the thing I wanted the most was to test the paper, and considering this is actually student grade paper, I am more than happy, because if I compare the Strathmore watercolor pad to this Canson sketchbook, I prefer the natural feeling of this paper, because this paper feels very plastic, or it doesn't translate the colors very well, while this one feels more natural, I guess. Anyway, this one has only 190 grams, like I said before, and this one has 300 grams. So I made this with watercolors, and as you can see, it's not it doesn't have like the grain coming through, and obviously you can see the grain coming through this one. This sketchbook or this sketchpad cost only $5.39, and this one cost $7.28. So if you're looking for something to paint with and you've never tried watercolor before, maybe, just maybe, go with the canson paper because it can hold more water, and so that way you can actually experiment a little bit more, but just tiniest bit, because this thing, although it holds a lot more water, it does tend to break as well. But if you are just looking for a sketchbook for watercolors, go with this one. And I have no idea when this video turned out to be a review, but there you go. So I'm gonna end the video right here because due to the earthquake we are running out of water. Actually, we don't have water right now, so maybe a pipe exploded or something. And I will see you next week with another vlog. So thank you once again for joining, and take care, and chicarita.